how to keep my family on the front side of the cloud when I'm gone. Family harmony. Yeah, I want that. Folks, hey, elder law care attorney Patrick Kelleher, welcome. Folks, today's question is, how do I create my funeral instructions or my final arrangements so when I'm up at my cloud someday looking down from the front side of the cloud on a beautiful sunny day, blue skies, we have family harmony, not family harm on the back side of the cloud with a rainstorm coming in, thunder, lightning, family fighting, family strife. Don't want that. Folks, my strong recommendation is work with an experienced elder law attorney that will have a tool in their elder law toolbox that you can create on what your specific instructions are. I call that instructions for my final arrangements, folks, where you can specify what type of services you may want. And folks, you can put this in your will as well. We often do it with our clients at our Elder Law Care Center when we're designing their trust in their will on the whiteboard or the smart board. We ask them that question during that trust design meeting. Hey, Bill and Mary, when you're up in your cloud someday, like, how do you want your services? Do you want burial or do you want cremation? One or the other. They're typically the two common options, either burial or cremation. Well, I'll give you another option that may be more popular in the future. It's called human composting. Yes, human composting. Sounds interesting, right? Well, it is legal in some states. I believe Washington State, maybe another state as well, but it's a newer concept called human composting. Well, from my experience, cremation 10 years ago was not popular at all, but I would say when we're conducting trust design meetings with our clients, creating their trust, I would say more than half of our clients today in 2023 select cremation over burial, maybe for the cost or whatever the reasons may be, but certainly a lot more popular today than it was 5 or 10 years ago. So folks, back to the instructions for my final arrangements. It should be a comprehensive planning tool that you can articulate, memorialize in writing what type of services you may want. Burial, cremation, human composting, if it's legal in your state, of course. And if it's one of the conventional services, burial or cremation, you can pick out what type of services, where the services are going to be held, who's going to be present. If you want your priest or reverend or pastor or rabbi, whomever present, overseeing your services, make sure you specify that in your instructions for your final arrangements. Who you may want present. Maybe someone who you do not want present if there's family turmoil and you're trying to avoid more family turmoil. So you got to think about these things because it's all about avoiding family conflict. And when your loved ones are grieving and mourning the loss of their matriarch or patriarch, their loved one, you want to make things easy for them. I do recall when my dad died a bunch of years ago, it was very stressful and sad for the whole family. However, when a family member of mine met with the funeral director, they brought along my dad's red estate planning portfolio. And I inquired, how did the meeting go with the funeral director? And the answer was easy breezy. All the questions asked by the funeral director, we had all the answers in Dad's instructions for his final arrangements. What church, what priest, what pallbearers, what songs, what hymns, right down to what he was going to wear, his wedding suit, and so forth. So it was all planned out, so it relieved any stress or burden or conflict from the family's shoulders in that situation. And that's a gift you want to give to your family. And folks, if you have a well-drafted instruction for my final arrangements, you can even check a box how much you want to pay for your services. So folks, it's an often overlooked area in estate planning, and we look to make that a part of our clients' estate planning portfolio as an important tool in their elder law toolbox because it'll honor your wishes later in life. So when you are up in your cloud, your wishes will be followed to the letter, and you want to put suitable, responsible people in charge so they're aware of what your instructions are. You don't want to make this secret and put it away somewhere and put it in a lockbox or a safe. Make sure you communicate well, not just in writing, but with your helpers. And recommendation layers of helpers. You know, if the folks are your spouse and maybe siblings who are about your age, maybe communicate that also to your children and maybe grandchildren, so more than one responsible party is aware of your instructions for your final arrangements, because folks, it'll do them a big favor later in life. You want it to be easy breezy for them. You want family harmony, not family harm. So there you have it, folks. Work with an experienced elder law attorney that will counsel you around that and have the proper tool that we call instructions for your final arrangements, where you can spell out all your specific wishes later in life and what type of services you desire for yourself. Folks, if you found this video helpful, please scroll down and post a comment or a question, because a member of our Elder Law Care team will get back to you as soon as possible. Folks, be sure to subscribe. Also, follow our channel here on YouTube, elderlawcare.com, because we will keep you updated with more important issues in planning strategies around elder law. Folks, thanks for joining us today. Patrick Kelleher.